Today in Drag Race Spotlight, the podcast, we're gonna discuss the talent show of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10, the Tournament of All Stars. Welcome to another episode of Drag Race Spotlight, your best source for everything in the world of Drag Race. And today, we have a lot to talk about. The rigor mortis continues, the drama continues. This season, what a great first half, what a disastrous second half. Lucas, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, and good to be here to talk about one of I think, the most rigorous season we have ever seen, to be
Yeah,
honest.
not even pretending to mask it. It's just like,
No, it's just straight to your face.
look at us getting the vault and get the money.
Exactly. Like, it's straight to your face, being like, hey, we don't care.
This
Here
is
is
what we're
what
doing.
we want.
Yes, yes. We will get into it, especially with that twist that one of the queens will be back for the finale, which I think is a terrible concept, but we'll get into it. But I guess we have to start with the main character energy that we received once again from Mistress Isabelle Brooks, that has dominated the season with drama. And you mentioned that she's auditioning to be a villain on other reality shows like Plain Jane and Candy Muse. So she definitely was in her feelings at the beginning of the episode. I personally feel she cares so much about the competition and doing well, and I think in the last episode she realized that she started to be treated not as a winner, but as we're building the storyline that you're gonna get kicked off. So I think she clocked on that. And when she came back into the workroom, she was upset because she knew that they were building the edit to show her the door. That's what I think it happened. But what do you think of that whole?
I was going to say the same thing because the shift on her way of treating the competition. Like, on when they were in the bracket, she was all in. She was like, I'm gonna do drama, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then suddenly, after being in the bottom, it switched. It was like, oh, but why? Because she's not dumb. She knew what's happening. Like, let's face it, all the queens, they know how the show works,
Hmm.
know that even though if they're doing certain things, they're gonna be edited another way.
Mm-hmm.
They can clock on that and they can work around it if they want. But I feel she was like, I'm done because I don't think it's fair that you are treating me this way when I'm giving my all and I'm not the worst. And to be honest and to be completely fair, she was not the worst.
No, no, she was not the worst. Absolutely not. I think that you're so right. She was always treated as you're a finalist, you're a winner, you're this. And then she saw that side of how you're treated when they're building a story to get you out the door. So I think that was what shocked her. And that's why she acted the way she did. Even the snarky comment, Ginger, congratulations. Like, anyway, she was just like out. Like, she checked out. She was like, I know what's happening. I don't care anymore. And unfortunately for her, it reads on TV for the casual viewer. It's gonna read like she is
A sore
being
loser.
a sore loser, ungrateful, etc. I mean, she kind of is in a way, but I think the reason why she was acting like that is because she realized that they were not gonna move her forward. So that's what I think it happened there. Then the next day, she started to go
Attack.
after Aja again. Attack, attack, attack. And she went into the challenge, I feel, kind of defeated
Over it.
already. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was
Over it.
over it. She was like tired. She was like, I'm done. I don't want none of this anymore. You can send me home. Even if I do good, you are going to send me home. I think that was her mentality,
Mm-hmm.
but I will not defend her in the sense of, even though you know how things work, you can try to work around things. You have to
Yes.
be smart, especially on reality television. There's two type of realities. The ones where the it's edit like RuPaul's, and other
Mm-hmm.
ones that are like live feeds, like other reality shows that's live.
Big Brother and stuff. By
Exactly
the
that.
way, which is something we specialize on. We, for those of you that are just watching us for the first time, we cover reality shows content, so we know all the reality shows. We watch them. We cover that content intensely, so we understand the both formats. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's there's two formats, the recorder one and obviously the live one. And
Hmm.
there's ways of moving around those type of realities, and you have to be smart about it. You cannot just like give up and be like, you know what, I'm done. Because then you're giving them more material to destroy you. Or well,
Yeah.
not that's a harsh word, but to like build the
To build a
storyline
storyline, to
that they
build a
want to
storyline.
build, you
Yes,
know?
that I think that was her mistake because she was very beloved up until that point. So if she went the victim route or like, oh, nobody wants me, or as opposed to the sore loser route, I think when if she got eliminated, everybody would have rallied on her side. But because she was being so attacking
Thoughtful
people and
about
bitter and you know
nasty.
snarky, nasty in a way, yeah, it didn't help her to exit on a high. I think that was her mistake. I think she showed a moment of weakness and they drove with it, and this is where we are right now. But
Exactly.
let's talk about the talent show. Who was your favorite and who was your least favorite?
I am so tired of talent shows just being lip sync, to be honest.
Mhm.
It is a talent. It could be because you create your song, you're dancing to it, but I need more. I need something different. Drag queens are some type of special artists. It's so frustrating to see that. And to be honest, the bottom two, in my opinion, they were not the worst. They had something different to show.
Mhm.
Maybe that's the thing though. Didn't work, or was the edit that make us believe that it didn't work? Because to me, Lydia was fantastic. I
Yeah.
laughed. It was a good idea. She was doing all of the eggy thing. It was super creative. It was super
Yes,
different.
I agree. I agree
No?
100%. Yes,
And
yes,
being on
yes.
the bottom, I think that's a total mistake. Don't get me wrong, Ginger Minj, absolutely cinema. She did it awesome. But it's the same damn thing that we have seen every single time. I'm tired. I
Yes,
need something different, like what the bottom two did.
I think it's just the talent show is they think the talent show is the play a track and do something on stage with the dancers. I think it's just come to that. For me, the talent show of España season two was the best I've seen. Like I just loved like they were like hanging on the air and dropping and doing stuff. Even the Global All Stars talent show, we saw a few
Good one.
different things. Galavaro, like with her eyes covered, mask, doing dancing on the pole, etc. Like you saw things that were, but here it's like so there were some that I
Meh.
there were some I cannot remember what Daya sang, about. Irene, I remember the comedy aspects, but I don't remember the track or the song. And they were also it's so generic and so. I mean, Georgia's I enjoy because to me that's talent, like showing. Yes, she's a dancer, so how else do you want her to dance? Like she's a great dancer, and I think she played to her strengths. Ginger Minch played to her strengths, but the problem is Ginger Minj, we've seen her 4 times. I don't know how many talent shows she was part of. I remember one for sure. But if we already saw you in a talent show, show us another talent. Why don't you do a comedy skit? Or why don't you act, just focusing on acting? But you show us that you do Broadway. Yeah, we know that already. It was good. It was really good. But this is your fourth time. So we need to see something else. So yes, I agree with you. Drag queens are they can do so much. They can do so much that goes beyond the lip sync. That's why I'm against lip sync for the crown. That's why I'm against lip sync battle in a finale, because a lot of great drag queens are not the best at lip syncing, and to be limited to a lip sync to determine a spot in a reality show that is not about lip syncs, it's just I don't know, it's just a format I don't like. For example, Jinx Monsoon, she deserved to win so bad. I mean, it was hers. I don't think Monet was even close to deserving to win. But because you did a lip sync format, then it's like, oh, Monet is a better lip syncer, obviously, because she specializes on that kind of stuff. So, well as other talents, because she's very talented. But what I'm saying is Jinx Monsoon dominated the whole season. But if you limit it to a lip sync battle, then it's not gonna look the same. So don't
I
do it.
mean, because drag is not just lip sync. Drag is the clothes, it's the music, it's dancing, it's acting, it's everything. So you
Branding
branding,
themselves. Yes.
marketing, you
Yes.
know, it's
Hmm.
everything. It's comedy. Comedy. It's something that I think lately the queens have been like losing. I
Yeah.
don't see comedy as much as I did on the first seasons of All Stars and in the normal seasons.
I think drag queens are more than that. I think Lydia was in the bottom because she was now the daughter of Mistress, basically the drag daughter. So they wanted, oh, is the daughter gonna send home the mom, or is the mom gonna send the daughter? I think that was the storyline. And we already knew at that point that Mistress was gonna be
Gone.
shown the door. So I think that's why Lydia was placed in the bottom, because I think that all the other generic musical numbers were then Mistress gets booted off, and then they come up with the twist, which again is just so dumb. It's like it's not even hard to. Why
No.
don't you say Ross picked Carrie and Michelle picked Mistress? Because
Exactly.
Michelle just saw Mistress
Because she's
leave.
getting
But then
eliminated.
when you say, "Oh, Ross is gonna choose," but where is Ross? Ross wasn't even in the episode. We haven't seen Ross in I don't know how many weeks. How did Ross know that Mistress was going home? Like that kind of stuff is just so dumb. Also, if they already pick Carrie, why don't you let another queen just to be featured on the name? You can still pick whoever you want, but just let another queen. I mean, you have Denali. It's just kind of like double down of like, we don't like you, Tina. We don't like you, Denali. So no, we're gonna put Carrie twice. It's just that whole twist is so dumb. Also, I think it's extremely dumb that you do two episodes of semifinals, and then you can potentially return someone that skipped those two episodes just to arrive at the finale. Like, what is this? It's really really it's just bad. I think I call it lazy production. Like, I just call it lazy at this point, because it's not even, they're not even trying to make it exciting for us, the viewers. It's just like, why do you even bring this format? Just don't bring it. You just needed eight queens. Then the last one you should have been double Shantae or whatever, and then you keep Mistress. I mean, it's just lazy at this point, and it's disappointing because it's the 10th season. It should be a celebration.
Do you want to rig it? Rig it. Rigamortis. But at least it's gonna be entertaining for us to see the queens
Exactly,
batting
exactly.
it out.
It's so
No?
lazy at this point. It's just like, not even attempt to explain. Uh,
And I laughed when I saw the three balls in the thingy. The balls didn't even move. You saw the pit crew
they're following. Yes,
this
yes.
and the three balls like oh my I'm so pissed. The three balls were here and they stayed right here just doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the pit crew is just like, oh, I wonder who is going to be.
Also, I mean, let's just say they can film it until he grabs the ball they want. Like, it's just at this
Exactly.
point, it's just, and
Like
also it's not like, so they obviously have to hire that drag queen to come and to be featured on the episode, right? So it's just not like, oh, like randomly they'll call, like, and it's not like RuPaul's gonna call her and say come over, and then, there's a contract. They have to be paid for their appearance on the episode. This is all stars, so it's different. But yes, it was just extremely dumb. I do feel that Bosco deserved to win. I am okay with her win, and she's been killing it. Like, to me, she would be a great winner. I mean, we all know it's probably not happening, but
Exactly. And like I think we said it last time that actually the front runners were the people from bracket number one. And
Yeah,
look at it.
Irene
Bosco.
and Bosco. Yeah.
They if it wasn't for Ginger, I think it was gonna be like a very close battle between those two queens.
Hmm.
But the whole rigor is destroying the season for us, I think.
They really they started so strong and then they just got lazy. I literally call this lazy producing. This is lazy producing.
Yeah,
Uh,
totally.
yeah, so it's a shame. What do you
Exactly.
think of the runway looks? I loved Irene's runway. Those the
Yes.
wings. That was very like Final Fantasy video games. Like I was in love.
Oh,
Yes.
beautiful. I
Mhm.
didn't like the comment
I'm not a fan of that judge. Personally, like I think some of the comments are very this is my opinion and it's presented not as an opinion, but it comes across more of as a dig or an attack. And yeah, it's not. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah.
since he was a judge on America's Next Top Model. He has always been like that, and I don't like it, to be honest. I feel it's not constructive. It's not constructive criticism. It's just being shady. Like, oh, she slay with that comment. No, honey, you didn't. You know.
Yeah. This was
Uh,
the first episode in weeks, I think, in an entire month that
that
Ginger didn't win. The past month of episodes, Ginger has won. So this is the first one in a month that she's not at the top. Oh, she's not a winner. Well, she was at the top, but she wasn't
she
the
was at the
winner.
top, but she didn't win, which we
Yeah.
were kind of like, okay, that's cool. Lie to us. We're gonna pretend that we are going like to believe this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
that's
Bosco has a chance.
oh
Let's
yeah,
just
Bosco had such a
pretend.
good
But yeah, I think this season just needs to end at this point. We got All Stars France starting. We also got Drag Race Brazil season 2 starting. So that's a lot of well, these 2 seasons. Also the Drag Race Philippines Slaysian Royale, which I am super excited. Like Asian excellence battling it out. So now it's gonna be a summer. It's like RuPaul is like I just get my seasons in the first half of the year, then the rest of the year you can throw like 7 seasons at the same time. I don't care anymore. It kind of feels like that. So we're gonna have like 3 seasons running simultaneously. But thank you so much for watching another episode of Drag Race Spotlight, and we will be back fairly quick to continue recapping the best of Drag Race. Thank you, Lucas, and see you next time.
bye.
Bye.